Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am your host, the lightest of lightest, the true man to hold the lightest title, President Lightskin in the building. This is Problematic Lightskin, episode 24. Well, another week, guys. Finally back on time. I felt like last week was horrible. I probably filmed that like on the latest day I probably ever could. But today we got some news. With it being towards the end of the year, we kind of just start running dead on on news and shit. So we're just gonna just maybe pull some bullshit out of a hat. Not really. We got us a stack lineup of stuff that's going on. So let's get into it. In the past week, I'm sure everyone's probably seen their Spotify Wraps have dropped, which are are showcasing everyone's true music listening habits. We're gonna definitely see mine. So I don't use Spotify, I don't use Apple Music, I use YouTube Music. Not sponsored or anything, but I just do find that YouTube Music is a little bit better. You can listen to a lot of music that is definitely, I wouldn't say illegal, but like you know what I mean. All right, so my YouTube Wrapped. So let's look at it. Honestly, I remember last year it was so weird when it started tracking me, but this year was some of it I'm not surprised by, but some of it I am. So my number one artist is The Weeknd, which makes sense. I went to see The Weeknd this year. He dropped a new album. Light skins, we stand together. I don't really know what else to tell you. My second one, surprisingly, was Drake, because I do have a lot of Drake. I do have a lot of Drake with the melodies in my playlist. So that, I mean, I guess I can understand, but to the point where he's like my second favorite artist, which is kind of crazy. I was bumping that "Crying in Chanel" like crazy on that uh Drake Party Next Door album. Like that "Crying in Chanel" shit was pretty fire. I was actually talking to a bitch named Chanel at the time, which is even crazier. Uh, so to see him at my number two is a little wild, because like I guess like I I really don't know how to explain that one, to be honest. I That might be like a paid bot or some shit. I don't know. Because I know I listen to way more Kendrick. I know there's other artists that I listen to way more than Drake. And the only time I really listen to Drake is when he does make it into like my playlist. Like, so I was like, I guess. Um Next up is Travis Scott. Travis I Travis Scott is in my playlist, but to say that I listen to Travis Scott a lot, and I think the only reason is because the Jack Boys album. There's like four songs in Jack Boys album that I just I Love My Bitch is one of those songs where I'm just like I'm bumping it like every day. So I that's why I was like, how is Drake my second one? I feel like Travis could have been second, right? Because Travis is only in that connection of that Jack Boys album. I don't really listen to a lot of Travis like that. It's like he has a couple songs in my playlist, but I don't really like go out of my way to listen to Travis like that. Now, these next two artists make sense, and this is where I'm really confused, because I feel like these artists should have been my two and three. Because number four is Don Tolliver. And hold on, that's some fucking hair in my mouth. Ugh, fuck. Number four is Don Tolliver, and three is Leon Thomas. Don Tolliver makes sense. I really fuck with Don Tolliver's sound. I love his music. I actually can't wait for him to drop the new album and go on tour. Leon Thomas, we're going to talk about Leon Thomas in a minute. As you see, I got the vinyl right here. I've been bumping Leon Thomas like crazy ever since was introduced to Leon Thomas. So that is my top five, and honestly, it's just I don't know how they do the tracking of when they track, because that I've been bumping that tiramisu from Don Tolliver like crazy. Like every time I get in the car, that tiramisu is on. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, how did this person make it in my top two when these two should have been? I feel like those two should have been swapped. So the Spotify raps, the Apple raps, the YouTube raps. Honestly, like, I don't know what to say about them. Um, I don't think that really changes you. I don't really think that like degrades you as a person of your music taste or whatever. Because if something's in your rotation, especially in your playlist, if you continue to listen to something that's in your playlist, like I mean, it is what it is. Like if this person has a high majority, like Drake has a lot of songs that are in my playlist. Well, not really when I think about it. I have a couple like of his melody tracks or whatever. Travis, not so much. It's to say that I listen to this person like consistently like that is crazy. Like that's where I'm confused. So I don't know how they do the tracking on this, but fuck them. Let's turn this down just a bit. Uh, so getting into it. Speaking of Leon Thomas, Leon Thomas was nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys. That is so awesome. I do love Leon Thomas. So this is gonna be a review of. Oh, let me grab that motherfucker. This is a review of Leon Thomas's Mutt, nominated for Grammy Album of the Year for 2026. Let's get into it then. Um, so funny enough, before I was actually, oh shit, damn, this shit's falling apart. Before I even started the pod, I was actually listening to Leon Thomas. I was running back the album again, and it. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh, oh, damn, bitch, fat bitch. So getting into so I was listening to Leon Thomas before I started the pod again, right? And you know, I mean, I listen to this album like a lot, especially a lot of his new stuff that's on his EP. So it's not this album is so good. It is a it is like it is like a mixture of soul, R well, true soul, R&B, this kind of like it's like this essence that traps you of just good vibes, I guess. You know, let's put it like that. And the music is so well the production on here is so good. The instruments that are being used, and when I listen to this album, I really think that Leon Thomas is the future of R&B. And I don't so much I could say about this album that if you haven't experienced Leon Thomas live, that's even another plus. Seeing him live was just an ambiance of its own. Like this man can play so many instruments. He still need to figure out his stage presence, but his music is good. His voice is amazing, and it isn't like this overreaching voice at all. It's like this. It's subtle. It plays well with his music. It's like he knows his music and his voice. It's like they mesh well. It's like he's not overdoing it. No crazy falsettos. Um, yeah, it's honestly just an experience. It just it just makes me have hope for the future of R&B, right? So with Leon Thomas's Mutt, and to kind of give a little backstory how I came across him, I remember I was I have YouTube Music, so like I think I was just exploring different musics and stuff, and I remember I saw an album cover, and it said I saw the name. It said Leon. So in my head, I thought it was Leon Bridges. All right, so I really fuck with Leon Bridges. Leon Bridges is a great artist. And so when I saw the title, I didn't even think to look at the last name. Right, I just assumed Leon Bridges. And I saw a black guy on the cover. I was like, in my head, all right, I already know this is, and it's, I listened to him, so I thought it was just suggesting maybe a new album from Leon Thomas. I mean, excuse me, Leon Bridges. Uh, and so I'm going and listening to it. And I'm like, man, this album is amazing. It's probably like one of his best albums. Like, man, this is really good. I'm vibing to it. I'm enjoying it. I'm like, damn, this is really good. And I was like, man, this don't really sound like this not really normal Leon Bridges sound. And I go to look, oh, I'm listening to Leon Thomas. And this was his Electric Dust album that I was listening to, right? and I think he had just dropped Mutt maybe a couple weeks before I started listening to this album. So, mind you, I'm listening to Electric Dust, thinking it's Leon Bridges, and I go into listening to Leon, and I'm listening to Leon Thomas, and I'm like, oh man, I really love it. I was like, does he have any new music that has came out? And then come across Mutt, and so I go to listen to Mutt, and Mutt is just a hook for me. That is probably why he's in my top four. Should be in my top two. Not gonna lie. And I'm listening to Mutt, and I'm just like, man, this dude is a fantastic artist. I'm in love with this song. It's just like it was just amazing. And then a couple weeks later, I get the update that he has dropped an album. So of course I'm like in Mutt. I'm like, yo, let's listen to the album, see what he got, and the album was just amazing. I mean, you get a lot of songs. Um, for me, what I found to be some of my favorite songs, "Vibes Don't Lie," "Yes It Is," "Dancing with Demons." Um, just, just and sometimes what I find that artists have an issue with is maybe giving us too many songs. And so with Leon Thomas's Mutt, I feel like it's like this perfect package of music. It's like, yeah, I kind of want more from the music. I kind of want this, like a lot of these run times on are like maybe like 2 minutes, maybe three. And sometimes on some of these songs, I'm like, damn, I wish I could get more. Um, but the only downside about this album is that the feat the it's a remix. The collab that he does with Freddie Gibbs with Mutt. That was like the only song I didn't like. I don't like that version of Mutt's remix, right? Something about Freddie Gibbs and that song is just like I think he missed I think he missed the mark on that one when it came to Freddie Gibbs. I think maybe Freddie Gibbs is probably still listening to that to this day. Like, man, maybe I could have came about this different. It just really like sets the album apart. And but I mean, we did eventually get a remix with Chris Brown, which I think is the better remix version of Mutt. But so as Mutt as a whole, I find it to be just a beautiful album. Just it is like, yo, if you don't know who Leon Thomas is, this is a definitely great entry point. Even Electric Dusk is a very great entry point. I know we got the deluxe for Mutt. I could honestly live without that. You could have just, I understand like that Chris Brown feature drop, and it's like, oh, we got to get this. I could have dealt without that deluxe, and so I'm not gonna mention the deluxe a part of this when it comes to the review, but so being nominated for the 2026 Grammy Album of the Year, this Leon Thomas album is definitely well deserved. If I were to review it, I mean, like I said, great production, great vocals, just an overall package, and like I said, and it's also shining on the light of what the future of R&B can be. And so with Leon Thomas's Mutt, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. It was definitely worth the vinyl purchase. It's something beautiful to hear on vinyl. Just man, it's just a fantastic album. I am a fan, so I might be a little biased. But I mean, you can't tell me that you listened to this album and didn't find this album to be interesting or intriguing or just I don't know an experience for R&B. So but yeah, there's a lot of R&B artists out there. I'm glad to see Leon Thomas got his due, his respect on that. I mean, there's a lot of upcoming R&B artists that I can't wait to see more from, and hopefully they get nominated as well. But Leon Thomas is like just the future of what R&B needs right now. Because I remember someone was telling me like there's no good R&B music, and I'm just like, yo, what are you listening to? Because I'm listening to it right now. So Leon Thomas's Mutt is a 5 out of 5. Now, do I know if he's going to get the Grammy for Album of the Year? It's a tough race. I'm not gonna lie. It's a tough battle. So I can't really wait to see what happens. So I'm super excited to see that. All right. So next up, we get we just dropped today Supergirl teaser trailer. Um, so I remember when they announced they were doing a Supergirl movie. I remember it was Woman of Tomorrow, based upon the comic, right? Never read it, but I heard really good things about it. And so, remember they cast the girl from House of Dragons, and I was like, okay, she's pretty cool. Like, I can't wait to see like what's her take, what's their idea of what a Supergirl is, and the cornerstone of like what Warner Bros is like. I remember well before all this Netflix purchase and shit. They really wanted to push Superman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Batman. Like those are the Tristone. Those are the pillars of what they want to push the DC as, right? Maybe the Supergirl to touch on to like the younger girl audience and stuff like that, right? So the big ordeal is like, man, this is their second movie that's gonna come out. Like, I mean, we're some people are aware of Supergirl, but it's just like, haven't seen a Supergirl take. You see her in like the animation, so you don't really have an idea what they're going for. That all changed when she showed up in Superman. At the end of Superman, she was probably like she stole the show. This drunk Kryptonian. We come to find out that Crypto is her dog, and a lot of things just start to make sense why this dog is just very destructive. She is too, but I think I saw a lot of hate about it, but then I also saw really good things about Supergirl being in the Superman movie, and I think, and from this trailer, from what we saw, like this Supergirl, like mind you, so when Kara was sent to Earth, she was already like I think about maybe like 10 to 12 years old. So she saw Krypton get destroyed and saw what Krypton was, right? She saw her family die. She saw this world that she grew up and lived on, crumble. So I was like, there's that aspect of like this PTSD of like losing all your family and like the only thing that you have left is Clark, but he was a baby. You get off, shot off course, and you don't arrive until maybe later, and he's already an adult, and so that's the core idea of like Supergirl, right? And so when going into this movie, and when I saw that she was kind of like drunk, stumbling at the end of Superman, I was like, oh, are they gonna give us like this PTSD Supergirl who's like who experienced like this like I don't know, like I was like, okay, this could be the best or worst take of Supergirl ever. And after seeing the trailer of Supergirl, I'm for sure locked in to say this is will be the best rendition of Supergirl we'll ever get. It looks fun. It looks like this bratty teenager just traveling the cosmos and getting drunk and suffering from like the PTSD that she has from the loss of her planet. And it looks like we got shots of what Krypton looked like, so that's going to be real cool. So maybe, I know a lot of people were probably expecting because every Superman movie that we get, we always get like an opening to Krypton. So maybe instead of getting in the Superman movie, we get it in the Supergirl movie. We get an opening of Krypton, seeing it destroyed and seeing how it's impacted her life. So that honestly looked fun. We get a clip. We get a glimpse of Lobo, and the glimpse is good enough. It's like honestly, that is going to be what sells this movie and these trailers going forward. It's like, who's the big bad? Oh, it's Lobo, and he's coming for Kara. It's probably coming for Clark, to be honest. But I'm sure he's there to get any Kryptonian, and maybe he's hired by a certain somebody to go after these Kryptonians. So who knows? We'll see with that. There's a great line at the end where she says, the girl that she's with, I guess that's going to co-star with her. She asks, "What is Superman like?" And she says, "He sees the good in people, but I see the truth." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I see, I see." Like it's somebody who's seen a lot of bullshit and can spot it a mile away. So I think Kara. I think in the future, I think she's gonna be a great pillar stone of what DC can be, as long as it doesn't get fucking canceled by Netflix. We should be good. Well, like I said, the deal for Netflix doesn't go in until like I think maybe 2027, 2028. I don't, it's a long way. So we got a whole DC slate to build up before that even happens. So we're gonna get this movie in 2026. I think it's coming out in what May or June. I do know they pushed up the day and they pushed back Green Lanterns. I guess they want that to take place after. So we might get some Green Lantern cameos, especially if she's out there in space. It was given like a Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy vibe with Supergirl. Like I don't know, it looked really good. So I'm super excited for this movie. Hopefully there are a lot of people are as well. But you know, hey, DC back, baby. We coming back, baby. All right, so in just a quick rant, or not even a rant, excuse me, and just a quick talk. So, all over Twitter has been this image of this UCLA basketball player. I think his name is Tyler something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. There's something else more important in this. Well, the internet has been talking about how he's been faking injuries, right? But what has been a constant surface of it's the athletic trainer that's usually in front of him after he fakes an injury. So and so quote. And this white girl who goes to be on, who's so far nameless. I don't know if they've even dropped her name yet or whatever. But Shorty is thick, like God, hey yo, like she is just like round for pound, like hey, like I don't know, like I would fake an injury too if I had an athletic trainer like her. My God, I remember I was watching a Texas Longhorns game. And I saw like this water girl, and I was like, "Damn, she's pretty as fuck." I had to like double check, make sure she was old enough. You don't want to be saying some wild shit, but hey, they in college, so I'm hoping this athletic trainer is like over the age of 18. Because yo, she is thick. I'll put the picture up on the thing. Hey, she has a bright future in whatever the fuck she wants to do. But that is another thing to what I really want to say is shout out to white women for really just stepping up the booty game. Like I remember growing up, white women never had no ass. Like the only white girl that had some ass was Coco, Ice T's wife. And I was like, man, there's so much potential for white women. Like if the girl wasn't kind of like, you know, kind of fluffy, heavy set, she maybe had some ass too, right? But the occurrence of white women not having ass was like just the thing. It was just a long back. Um but now white women have stepped up their game. I've never seen so much. Like I'll go to my gym and I'll be seeing white girls, and I don't look to like sexualize, sexualize looking at them. It's more of like, yo, I'm so proud to see white women stepping up their game and getting the booty, like getting the glutes and getting the booty. Now they stop going to the gym, that shit probably gone. But shout out to white women for really stepping up their motherfucking game when it comes to getting the glutes and the booty. And like shout out to this UCLA athletic trainer. She got the cakes. We love cakes around here. All right. We got a cake. We got a hold on. We love cake. We love cakes around here. Yeah. Hell yeah. Come on, white women. I'm proud of y'all. They I'm just saying, like, hey, All right, so next up, I'm gonna do this kind of somewhat last, because I do want to go into it real quick. But let's talk about John Cena's last match.
Fatality.
Oh, wrong one. John Cena's last match. It is, man, this that sound is of when the Undertaker comes out, right? Like when you hear the dong, the Undertaker is here. He's here to bury someone, send them to hell or whatever. That is how I could fucking describe this whole John Cena last tour. It's a ride, the last ride to hell. My God, it has been atrocious. It has been the worst experience as a wrestling fan. Look, I'm not even a John Cena fan, right? I'm wearing the Superman shirt, Super Cena, Juan Cena, all the names that he's had over the years. I have hated John Cena for years. Like, great guy, sure, on the outside, but like the company putting all this energy into John Cena, like him winning over the Nexus, I still can never forgive that. The fact that he beat the Nexus, that shit made no sense. Like story wise, it just made no sense. But we finally, John Cena announced that he was retiring last year, saying, "Hey, it's gonna be my last year. I ain't coming back. Ain't no secret matches or whatever." As I stated before, Vince McMahon opened his own wrestling company, and it was in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure they'd probably pay John $2 billion to come wrestle again, and he will fucking do it. I know people. Everybody has a price. All right. Everyone has but if we were to review this, at the beginning, he the Royal Rumble, he loses. And then he declares himself to be into the elimination chamber because, he's the third. So we kind of got like this sense of like a heel Cena in a way. Kind of just taking upon himself. And then at the elimination chamber, he takes advantage of a win. Something we know that John Cena normally doesn't do. And then towards the end, John Cena turns heel. And that's when all hell done went, bro. Done fuck. That's when all hell done hit the fan. Because after that heel turn, it was, I think, because they went out of the country, right? And so WWE was kind of like, when things kind of happen outside of the country, they try not to progress story for some reason. But it was just so weird. Like Cody, like it was just honestly a weird experience as a fan, right? It was cool to see John Cena as a heel, but they didn't capitalize on it at all. Like, I don't know. This whole thing made no sense. It was cool to see. Like when he turned heel on Cody, I was like, wow, this is crazy. It's heel John Cena in his final, like, what a fu to everybody. That John Cena turns heel, and everyone thinking he's just gonna get this good send off. Nah, he's gonna be a heel. And I was like, all right, cool. And then we kind of get like this NWO style thing. We got The Rock, we got Travis Scott with John Cena. We never see The Rock again. After this heel turn, we never see Rock again. We see Travis at WrestleMania. John Cena wins the World Heavyweight Championship for the 17th time to surpass Ric Flair. And then yet again, we got no new music. We got a Titantron that just says John Cena, but he's still wearing the same shirts. He's blaming the fans. I'm just like, who the fuck writ half this shit? Because when he turned heel, like the energy when he turned heel versus the energy after was like, it was two different writers. Like it really felt like that. It didn't feel like, oh, it was the fan thing, but I don't understand. I would love to know like what happened. But don't get me wrong, there were cool things about him being heel. It was cool to see like a heel Cena versus a face Randy Orton. I thought that was dope. To see Randy Orton see John Cena try to like, do some ho shit to get out of a match. We saw R-Truth. We saw the thing with R-Truth. R-Truth kind of turned heel in a way. I don't know. It was just so crazy. It was just like a trickle effect of like, nigga, we don't know what the fuck we doing. I think the only thing WWE knew about John Cena's retirement was them goddamn shirts, and that let me know like this ain't gonna last long because it's like I know damn well they done made these shirts for all these cities, and it's just like I don't know. It really sucked. It really sucked to see something that we always wanted and just to go down the drain. And then he turned face again randomly on a Friday. he just randomly turns face on a Friday, faces Cody Rhodes that weekend, gets attacked by Brock, and then now Cena's just face Cena. Lost the title, got the Intercontinental title. Now he's a Grand Slam champion. They tried to like just fix all the shit that they needed to. Like, all right, now Cena is the GOAT. Cena is the GOAT. I mean, Cena was always a GOAT per se, but like niggas still can't wrestle to me. um. So yeah, now we cut to this Saturday night main event. John Cena's final match on Peacock. It is a mixture of NXT versus WWE. Like, it's Cody Rhodes versus uh Obahimi, whatever the fuck this nigga name is. The Mbaku looking motherfucker. I've been so kind of out of NXT, so I just don't really even care who it is. Like, I don't know, like the old NXT was just great. I mean, they got some great stars in there now, but just not like, not no hitters like they used to. So yeah, so John Cena's final match is this Saturday versus Gunther. Gunther expects to tap John Cena out, which he's never done because John Cena never gives up. There's two ways about looking at this. It would be a big dub for Gunther to win over Cena's last match. Like, Cena put somebody over. Gunther's kind of already over as it is. Like, I mean, look, give Cena the win. Cena doesn't need to lose. Okay, Cena needs to win. It needs to be this is his final match. We don't need any what ifs. I won my last match, nothing like that. Gunther can survive this, right? I'm sure we'll get some run-ins. I'm sure we'll get a bunch of bullshit going on in this match, but just an overall, if I were to rate this entire farewell tour, man, I'm just gonna give it a 1 out of 5. Like, I just been so ready for it to be over with. Like, man, this Saturday we don't see Cena anymore, or whenever Saturday Night Live main event is. So, yeah, man, what a waste of time as a wrestling fan. So, I don't know, like, man, I don't know what else I can say about that. Like, it's just truly just a disappointment. Like, we got some really good matches throughout the year from the Cena, farewell tour, excuse me. But just overall, just, man, what the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? All right, so with it being almost Christmas time, I thought it'd be fun to do a little quick review. I'm gonna do a little movie review for Polar Express. I recently watched it. It came out back in 2004. I think I was maybe around like 10 years old when it came out. It was like back when, it was really touted for like the CGI they're going to use in this movie. I never watched it. I didn't watch it until I was about 30, a couple weeks ago. And all I can say about this Polar Express movie is this shit racist, bro. Like, what the fuck was they about to do to this little poor black girl? Like, if you don't know what the movie is, basically it's like the train is for people, I guess, who believe in Christmas or like are about to stop believing in Christmas. So I guess it's just like this train to take you to meet Santa at the North Pole, and so you can, I don't know, remember Christmas forever. Shit, I don't know what to tell you. But when watching this movie, there's a scene where there's a little black girl on there, right? It's the only black girl on the train. She goes to like give hot chocolate to one of the other kids that got onto the train that wasn't sure if he wanted to be on the train anyways. So she goes back there with the conductor, and then like this little white boy, the main character, I think it's Tom Hanks's character. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't really know. I was really just kind of out of it. But he goes to give her he goes to get her ticket because she left it on her seat. And so he's like, all right, let me go get her ticket, give her ticket to excuse me. Sorry, I'm fucking up. So he goes out to the train and he loses her ticket, like just flies away. Shout out to God coming through in this movie for bringing the ticket back into the train. But the scene of like when they realize, oh, hey, I haven't like stamped your ticket, which is wild because he stamps everyone's ticket when they get on. So how did you miss the black girl? It's because she's black? Anyways. So anyway, the little white boy loses her ticket, and the conductor's like, all right, you gotta go. Like, you gotta get the fuck off this train. I don't give a fuck. Even though I handed you the ticket personally, you gotta go. Not like I can give you another one since I didn't stamp that one. Well, anyways, they go to it starts taking her to like I guess the top of the train, the side of the train. I don't fucking know. The little kid is like losing his mind. I guess God brought the ticket back into the bus. Little kid finds the ticket. And he's trying to like search for it, finds this homeless dude on there, and he's like, "Hey, wait. She has her ticket." And I'm just like, maybe if you minded your fucking business from the get go, we wouldn't have to worry about a potential black girl getting thrown off the fucking train. I thought that was exactly what they was about to do. Throw her little ass off the train. Get over here, bitch. Look, the Polar Express, I get it, it's supposed to be a kids movie, but I just was like, it just took me out of it. Like once I got to the North Pole, I was like, man, it's kind of got boring after a while. I mean, there was excitement for the train because I thought it was pretty cool. The guys coming out singing, serving up hot chocolate, thought that was fun. Like they were, there was all these deers on the track, and I don't. It was. I thought really it would have been cool if the movie just stayed on the train, and then like maybe the last 30 minutes of the movie they got to the North Pole. Like maybe if Polar Express would have gave me a movie like Snowpiercer with Chris Evans, like on that movie, in that movie, like every like trailer pod or whatever is something like it's a society of people, like the rich people obviously are in the front of the train and stuff, but like it's like, it's a really cool concept when it comes to Snowpiercer. And I feel like if we would have got that in Polar Express, like maybe like they're like, okay, everyone, you need to stay on this part of the train, and then they start exploring the train. There's like a wonderland. There's like a reindeer area. They're like in a very snowish area. It would have been so cool if we would have explored that train and it was like different sceneries and everything, and just kind of like remind you what Christmas is and stuff. I thought that would have been so dope, but we didn't get that. And so my review of a movie I didn't get to finish, I'm going to give it a 0 out of 5 because Polar Express was definitely a racist movie. They was trying to get rid of that little black girl. I don't fuck with that. Fuck this movie. Merry Christmas, bitch. All right, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's my little review for that movie. I was just kind of over it. I was just like, man, get me the fuck out of there, bro. I don't even know what we doing right now. Well, anyways, so let's talk about week 14 recap of the NFL season. Some interesting things that have happened, which I thought was a fucking prank. I thought this was like NBA Central uh trolling on Twitter, but it come to find out the Colts, they're pretty much to a playoff season. They were like, "Hey, we need to get somebody to come through and handle this." They decided to call the one, the only Philip Rivers. I was like, huh? Who? They call Philip Rivers? Oh my God. Let this man stay at home, eat some jello, and chill the fuck out, bro. Like, we could have called any other quarterback. Hell, they could have called Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is on the Cincinnati Bengals just chilling. They could have traded for, honestly, if they would have got Joe Flacco on the Colts, they might be in the Super Bowl right now. I don't know. They got a somewhat team, like a bunch of injuries and stuff, because Daniel Jones is out, who who's really just had a whole career change. So I don't know. It was just a weird turn of events this week. That was something I just didn't expect. And then also in the news, Shador Sanders did not beat. I had the Browns beating Tennessee Titans. Look like Tennessee Titans got the win over just due to some shitty calls by their coach, Nick Stefanski, whatever the fuck his name is. What a fucking dweeb. But Shador, shout out to Shador at 364 yards, total passing yards, 4 total touchdowns, 1 interception throughout the game. Shador even told you, give me some time. I'm gonna make shit happen. And Shador definitely made shit happen. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud to see like him having the naysayers just look stupid. Like, this is somebody, if he locks in, could truly be a really great quarterback. Give him some weapons that can actually catch the ball, Shador is locked in. All right. So let's go over our week 14 recap of the week. So for week 14, I went 11-3. I know I said I picked Chicago going over Green Bay. I don't give a fuck. I picked Green Bay in the beginning, and that's what the card still says. So suck my dick. All right. Give me my win. 11-3. I'll take it. I'm back. It's my show. These are my rules. I make the rules. But that was a really good game. It was a really close game. Chicago almost got the dub, but couldn't get it through. So let's talk about week 15. We are in the final push to see who's going to the playoffs. All these teams need to get a dub. All right. Well, not all of them. Some of them are eliminated, but there are some teams that need to get a win or they have no chance of going to the Super Bowl. Going to the playoffs, excuse me. So let's go over the week 10 picks. I got Tampa Bay, Chicago Bears, Houston Texans, New York Giants, Eagles, Jaguars, Cincinnati Bengals. I need them to beat them Ravens. LA Chargers, Patriots, Seahawks. Because I don't know what the Colts. I don't give a fuck about any Phillip Rivers being added. They ain't getting no win. Green Bay over Broncos. It's just LA Rams. Yeah, I'll keep calling them. Keep wanting to call them Black Panthers. Um, the Panthers, San Francisco, Dallas, and the Steelers over Miami. We just lost TJ due to some type of lung injury or whatever. Prayers to TJ Watt. I got that man jersey, so I hope he make it through. So I didn't select the Browns Chicago's game, but I'll have to just go back in and circle that. But yeah, that is my week picks. Look, I mean, we got a very, like I said, this is a very serious week. These teams need to start getting these wins. There ain't no more bullshit. Like, it is what it is. We're getting into the playoffs. We start to find out who's being locked in and who's getting eliminated. So I'm pretty excited. This is gonna be a fun time. The weekly picks are probably gonna come to an end once we have our teams that are locked in for the week. Because we're gonna start playing with our second. They're gonna start playing with second string, third string teams. So it ain't gonna be no point to even recap for the week. But once we get into that playoff season, we'll be back for sure. So I think probably this week and the Christmas week will probably be the last ones that you see from me until we get into the playoff season. So. But yeah, that is it for the pod. It's been a fun time. Thank you guys for watching. Much love to anyone who's listened or watched or sat through this bullshit. But hey, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. But yeah, that has been another episode of Problematic Light Skin. This is episode 24. Everyone, goodbye and good nights.